This is episode number 2 of Sell Yourself Fearlessly. 2 truths and a lie. Welcome again to Sell Yourself Fearlessly, the show for entrepreneurs and small business folks who love what they do but hate sales. We're going to help you remove fear and anxiety when selling your own product or service so that you can uncover more opportunities, spend more time on the things that you enjoy, and ultimately earn the money you deserve. My name is Scott Whitney. This is a Scott Whitney Academy production. Now, we're broadcasting live from one of our studios here in beautiful Las Vegas. Matter of fact, it's going to our Facebook page. So if you want to check that out, that would be fantastic. And this content will be available as both video and audio on demand at all the podcast distribution locations that you probably can think of, and some social media places as well. All right, let's go ahead and get started. 2 truths and the lie. Okay, truth number 1, everybody is in sales. Look, it doesn't matter whether you've got a quota or the word sales on your business card. We're all selling something, man. So think about that for a minute. We're all selling something. Okay, I'm in marketing. Well, I'm trying to sell this creative genius idea I have to my boss. And if that works, I'm trying to sell that creative genius idea to our prospects. I'm an admin person. I'm supporting other people in the company. I'm trying to sell these knuckleheads on being more efficient or sell them on saving some money for the company. Speaking of money, I'm in purchasing. You're trying to sell me on why I should sell these products to you at a better price than I'm selling them to your competitors. How about legal? You're selling me that if I behave poorly, you're going to punish me. Or you might be trying to sell the jury that you didn't do anything wrong to that person. We should be innocent. Or you're the CEO and you're trying to sell me on your vision. And that's the big one, right? We're all doing this. So here's the tip. We're going to bond with people. You're going to bond with people on their problems, not your solution. The minute somebody gets it that you're there to help, your life in sales, regardless of your title, is going to get a lot easier. All right. Truth number 2, just because you can take a deal does not mean you should take a deal. Now, look, we've all been starting entrepreneurs, and you're feeling like, man, I'm taking any deal I can. I'm trying to keep the doors open, man. Yeah, I hear you. But and this is, by the way, a business thing or a personal thing. When you're talking to this person and you're thinking about getting together, but you've got this feeling in the pit of your stomach like, this could go sideways on me. It just doesn't feel quite right, but you still take it, and then all hell breaks loose. Yeah, that's a real thing, man. I'm going to tell you, the money that you may pass away there, you can get it back. But here's what you can't get back: the stress, the anxiety, the anger, and the time. Money is easy. Time, not so much. So be protective of when you offer to work with somebody. I think that's important. Now, true story. When I started the Vegas Video Co-op, this was something that no one had done before. We weren't really sure if it would work or not. So I built a website, and one of the features of the site at the time was that you could sign up without even talking to me. And that happened. We had people coming in, and I was closing everybody I could because I wanted it to work. And people were signing up without talking to me, and it was kind of neat. And I work in an adult Disneyland. It's a pretty fun place to hang out with all the lights and cameras and stuff. So I was loving it for a while. And then I started dealing with a guy who was really a pain in the ass. And so instead of enjoying and looking forward to the day, I was feeling stress and I was getting angry and I was not having a good time. And I thought to myself, what is this? As a matter of fact, it put me in this new mindset, which is if we're not having fun, we don't work together. So I had to have a difficult conversation with this guy. And it was an interesting chat. He said a couple things that I thought were interesting. He said, first of all, you can't do this. Well, I can, and we're going to do this. And it's the right thing for both of us. Neither one of us are having fun, so let's just go ahead and do that. And the second thing he said was, that's no way to run a business, turning away business like that. I actually think it's the only way to run a business, to be protective of my time and your time, quite frankly. And then he said, sarcastically, I wish I could be in a business where I could just walk away from business. Well, you can. Just be protective and be smart when you're deciding who to work with. Now, I'm telling you all this, and it's a great advice, but I don't always listen to my own advice. So this happened beginning of this year, talking to somebody that came into the studio, and I knew right from the jump, this person's going to be a handful. I don't need this. But I kept telling the story because I didn't want to be rude, and I started getting into it, and they started getting into it, and I closed them. Yay! No, a couple months into it, I'm like, same thing. I was dreading dealing with these people. It wasn't fun, and I had to have yet another difficult conversation. And let me tell you, the money I got from that deal, and much of which I had to return back, was not worth the sleepless nights and the anxiety and the pain in the ass of having to deal with that kind of environment. So again, just because you can take a deal doesn't mean you should. And then what's my lie? Well, the lie is sales is hard. And everybody says that. And the reason they think that is because they think sales is about being pushy or going for the close or kill, kill, kill. Yeah. If you think that, it is hard. And it's also super stressful. But that's not sales. That's not really how sales works. Here's something to remember, something to remind yourself. No one wants to be sold. I know, Scott, that's what nobody wants to be sold, but everybody, I mean everybody wants to buy. Look around. Look around you right now. Everything that's around you, somebody bought. Probably you. I know that everything that's in this studio, I bought, and I couldn't wait to buy it. I knew it would be helpful or fun or help generate revenue. That's cool. Everybody likes to buy. So you've just got to remember that what you don't want to do is be the pushy guy, the salesy guy. What does that mean? Well, if you want to make sales easy, remember this. Nobody cares what you do. They only care what you do for them. And this is a big deal. So instead of this push, push, push mentality that I think a lot of people equate to being in sales, think it more from a diagnostic approach. Like when I talk to somebody about working with us, regardless of where on our food chain in the business they work, I take a diagnostic approach. So I listen to what they have to say, what's going on with the business. And then if I believe I can help them, I will prescribe a solution. And that prescription, of course, would be one of my services or one of my products. Same thing for you. You're looking at what they're up to. You're deciding if it makes sense. And if it does make sense, you're going to prescribe your solution, your product or service. It takes all the heat away. It takes the push, push, push away. It just has you saying, look, if I can help, I can help. And if not, no harm, no foul. It really actually makes selling a ton of fun. So that's it. Okay. Hey, if you want to reach out to us, that'd be great. Super easy to do. Send an email to podcast@scottwhitneyacademy.com. Again, podcast@scottwhitneyacademy.com. We're also on all the social media guys as well, so you can hit us up there. And then finally, if you like what we're doing, we would appreciate a couple things. First, share us. Tell other folks what we're doing here, friends, family, colleagues, whoever you think would benefit from this kind of content. And then also, if you like us, give us a positive review on the podcast distribution or video distribution or social media platform that you find us on. All right, that's it. Thank you so much for hanging out with me today. And now go out there and sell yourself fearlessly. Take care.